Have you ever looked in the mirror after carefully putting together an outfit in your favorite neutral shades, beige, gray, ivory, or soft taupe, and thought to yourself, why do I still look tired or even a little older than I feel? You're not alone. For decades, fashion experts have praised neutrals as timeless, classic, and easy to wear. And while that's true, there's also a hidden side to these so-called safe colors that few women talk about. Neutrals can sometimes betray us by making us appear older, more washed out, and less vibrant than we really are. The truth is, after 55, our skin tone, hair texture, and even our natural glow begin to change. What once looked chic in our 40s can suddenly feel dull in our 60s. Neutrals, those blacks, grays, and beiges, can accentuate fine lines, flatten the natural brightness of our complexion, and strip away the energy from our look. But here's the good news. Once you understand why neutrals can have this effect, you'll know exactly how to turn them back into your allies. Instead of looking older, you'll learn how to style them so that they make you appear youthful, sophisticated, and radiant. And that's exactly what this video will reveal. Because let's face it, style after 60 isn't about giving up or hiding away. It's about finding those little secrets that let your confidence shine. And clothing, especially color, plays a much bigger role in that than most people realize. When you choose the wrong neutral, it can drain your complexion, but the right one can lift your features, brighten your face, and instantly take 10 years off your look. That means neutrals aren't the enemy. They just need a smarter approach. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through the 6 hidden traps of neutrals that may be making you look older than you are. More importantly, I'll show you exactly how to fix them. You'll discover how to keep neutrals in your wardrobe without ever looking washed out, lifeless, or invisible. By the end, you'll not only see neutrals in a new light, you'll also have a toolkit of anti-aging fashion tips to keep you looking chic, modern, and alive with energy. If you've ever felt that your favorite beige sweater suddenly made you look pale, or that your all-black outfit felt more harsh than elegant, then stay with me, because what you'll learn here could transform the way you see your closet. Transition. Now, let's begin by uncovering the very first reason neutrals can betray us, the way they can dull the natural radiance of our skin. One of the biggest complaints women over 55 share with me is that certain outfits make them look tired, even after a full night's sleep. More often than not, the culprit is color, specifically neutrals. Shades like beige, gray, stone, or dusty taupe might feel safe and sophisticated, but on mature skin, they can sometimes have the opposite effect. Instead of highlighting your natural glow, they can wash you out, leaving your complexion looking flat or even sallow. Why does this happen? As we age, our skin naturally loses some of its warmth and brightness. What looked soft and chic at 40 can suddenly seem lifeless at 65. A pale beige cardigan might blend too closely with fair skin, erasing contrast and definition. A cool gray jacket can pull every bit of warmth from your cheeks, emphasizing fine lines and under-eye shadows. Even black, though often considered slimming, can look severe, drawing attention downward and away from the vitality in your face. The result, an outfit that feels elegant in theory but makes you appear older in practice. But don't worry, there's an easy fix. The key is to create contrast and dimension. Instead of reaching for the flattest beige or the coldest gray, look for versions with a touch of warmth: camel, oatmeal, ivory, or soft cream. These shades have just enough depth to bring light back into your face. If you love gray, try a heathered gray with texture, or even a soft dove tone with a hint of blue or lavender. And never underestimate the power of accessories. A bold lipstick, a colorful scarf, or even statement earrings can instantly revive your look, turning an aging neutral into a flattering backdrop for your features. This small adjustment doesn't mean giving up neutrals altogether. It simply means being intentional, choosing tones that harmonize with your skin rather than competing against it. Once you see the difference in a mirror, how a warm cream blouse brightens your face compared to a flat beige, you'll never look at neutrals the same way again. Transition. And if neutrals can quietly drain the color from your complexion, just imagine what they can do to the shape of your body. In our next section, we'll explore how neutrals sometimes erase your curves and make your silhouette disappear, and how to fix it. Have you ever noticed that when you wear head-to-toe beige or gray, your body almost seems to disappear? Neutrals, especially when worn in a single block of color, can sometimes erase the natural curves and proportions of your body. Instead of highlighting your silhouette, they flatten it, making you look boxy, heavier, or simply less defined. For women over 55, when our bodies already shift with age, this effect can feel even more discouraging. The reason is simple. Neutrals don't always provide enough contrast to carve out shape. Picture yourself in a beige turtleneck with matching beige trousers. Without a break in color, the eye doesn't know where your waist begins or ends. It's as if the outfit blends into one long line, but not in the sleek, elongating way we might hope. Instead, it can blur your figure, leaving you feeling invisible or swallowed up by your clothes. But the good news is that you don't have to give up neutrals to reclaim your shape. You just need to add structure. Start with layering. A camel blazer over an ivory blouse instantly introduces depth and dimension. Or use texture. A knit paired with tailored trousers creates visual variety. And one of the simplest tricks? A belt. Cinching your waist, even lightly, restores balance and makes your silhouette feel polished and intentional. Another powerful approach is to break up your neutrals with subtle accents. For instance, wearing beige trousers with a crisp white blouse and a light tan cardigan still keeps the outfit neutral but creates distinct areas that define your body. Even tonal dressing, pairing different shades of the same color family, can add elegance while preserving shape. Think cream with caramel or soft gray with charcoal. The result feels cohesive but never flat. When you start using neutrals to frame your figure rather than hide it, you'll realize they can actually be incredibly flattering. It's not about abandoning your favorite shades. It's about styling them in ways that make your body look alive, confident, and beautifully defined. Transition. Now that we've seen how neutrals can blur the shape of your body, let's look at something even more subtle. But just as important, how they can quietly erase your personality and make your style feel far too safe. One of the greatest joys of style is self-expression. Yet too often, women over 55 fall into the trap of relying almost exclusively on neutrals, thinking it's the safe and elegant choice. But here's the truth. When your entire wardrobe is made up of beige, gray, black, and taupe, it can unintentionally mute your personality. Instead of radiating the energy, confidence, and life experience you've earned, you risk blending into the background. Think about it this way. Fashion is a conversation you're having with the world before you even speak. A head-to-toe neutral outfit may look refined, but it doesn't always say much about who you are. It can give the impression of playing it too safe, of not wanting to be noticed. For women who have so much vibrance and wisdom to share, that's the last message you want your clothes to send. After all, why should your style whisper when your spirit is meant to shine? The fix isn't complicated. You don't have to give up neutrals entirely. Instead, let them act as your canvas while you use accessories, pops of color, or statement pieces to tell your story. Imagine a beige sheath dress paired with a bold red handbag, or a gray pantsuit brightened with a silk scarf in rich jewel tones. Even a pair of metallic shoes or a necklace with colorful stones can transform a neutral outfit into something that feels uniquely you. The key is balance. Neutrals provide sophistication and versatility, but without something to contrast them, they can feel flat. By layering in elements that reflect your spirit, whether that's playful, bold, romantic, or artistic, you allow your wardrobe to reflect your inner life. And let's be honest, at this stage in life, you've earned the right to express yourself unapologetically. Once you experiment with adding just one or two personality-driven touches, you'll see how dramatically your outfits come alive. You'll still look elegant, but now with a spark that makes people take notice and makes you feel like your truest self. Transition. Of course, personality isn't the only thing at risk. Sometimes neutrals can send the wrong signal about quality, making even a carefully chosen outfit appear less polished than you intended. Let's talk about how fabric and texture can make or break a neutral look. Here's a secret that most women only discover the hard way. Neutrals are the least forgiving when it comes to fabric quality. A poorly made blouse in bright red might still look cheerful, but the same blouse in beige or gray will immediately expose every flaw. Wrinkles, thin fabric, or a sloppy finish stand out much more in neutrals, and the result can make even a carefully chosen outfit appear inexpensive. Think about a pair of beige trousers. If the fabric is too thin, every crease and fold becomes obvious. A light gray top in low-quality polyester can cling in all the wrong places, making the whole look feel dated instead of polished. Even black, which many of us consider the ultimate safe neutral, can fade quickly if the fabric isn't rich or structured, leaving you with a washed-out, tired-looking piece that drags down your entire outfit. But here's the empowering part. When you invest in better textures and fabrics, neutrals transform into luxury. A camel coat in wool suddenly looks timeless. A silk cream blouse feels luminous against the skin. A pair of well-tailored trousers in linen or cashmere instantly elevates your look. The difference isn't just in how the clothes appear, it's in how they make you feel. High-quality neutrals give you confidence because you know you look pulled together and refined, and don't assume that luxury means breaking the bank. You can still achieve an expensive look on a budget by focusing on key details. Look for thicker fabrics that hold their shape, stitching that feels secure, and finishes that resist pilling. Even second-hand or outlet finds can look incredible if you prioritize material over brand. The goal is to let your neutrals act as a polished backdrop, not as a spotlight on flaws. Once you start paying attention to fabric quality, you'll see that neutrals aren't boring at all. They can be the most elegant choice in your wardrobe, provided they're supported by textures that carry a sense of richness and depth. Transition. But fabric isn't the only element that affects how neutrals look on you. Sometimes the real challenge comes from how these shades interact with your hair and skin tone. Let's explore how neutrals can clash or harmonize with your natural coloring. One of the most overlooked reasons neutrals can age us is the way they interact with our hair and skin. After 55, our natural coloring begins to shift. Skin often loses some of its warmth and elasticity, while hair turns gray, silver, or white. And while these changes are beautiful in their own right, the wrong neutral tones can exaggerate dullness or contrast in ways that make us look older than we truly are. For example, cool gray paired with silver hair might sound elegant, but it can create a monochromatic effect that drains your face of dimension. Beige or taupe, worn too close to fair skin, can make you appear washed out, almost as if your outfit is melting into your complexion. Even stark black can feel harsh, emphasizing fine lines or shadows under the chin and eyes. Instead of enhancing your natural features, these neutrals can accidentally work against them. So how do you fix this? The solution lies in choosing neutrals that support your coloring rather than compete with it. If your hair is silver or white, warmer neutrals like camel, cream, or soft ivory add contrast that brightens your complexion. If your skin tone leans warm, earthy neutrals such as olive or rich tan can bring harmony. For cooler undertones, try dove gray, navy, or icy taupe, shades that create balance without draining your natural glow. Hair color can also be your guide. If you've chosen to highlight your hair with honey or golden tones, pair it with neutrals that echo that warmth, like oatmeal, caramel, or soft beige. If you've kept your hair in cooler shades, lean into neutrals with a hint of blue or lavender undertone. And don't forget makeup. A swipe of coral lipstick or a touch of blush can instantly shift the way a neutral outfit frames your face. Once you experiment with these subtle adjustments, you'll see how the right neutrals can actually enhance your natural coloring instead of working against it. The difference is subtle but powerful. Instead of looking washed out, you'll look radiant, confident, and fully alive. Transition. And while neutrals can influence how we look, they also affect how we feel. In the next section, we'll explore how wearing too many muted shades can quietly drain your mood and energy, and how to bring vitality back into your wardrobe. Clothing doesn't just shape how others see us, it also influences how we feel inside. Have you ever noticed that after a week of wearing only beige, gray, or black, your mood feels a little heavier? That's not your imagination. Neutrals, when worn too often, can quietly sap energy from your overall style and even impact your emotions. Psychologists often talk about color psychology, the idea that colors can boost or drain our mood. Bright tones like red and coral energize us, while blues and greens calm us. Neutrals, on the other hand, can create a muted atmosphere. For younger women, this often reads as chic minimalism. But for women over 55, whose skin and hair already carry softer tones, too much neutral can leave the entire look and the woman inside it feeling subdued. That doesn't mean you should throw out your favorite beige cardigan or classic gray blazer. Instead, think of neutrals as a foundation that needs a touch of vitality layered on top. Something as simple as a lavender scarf, a pair of turquoise earrings, or even a rosy lipstick can bring energy back into your outfit. Jewel tones, like emerald, ruby, or sapphire, are particularly powerful when paired with neutrals because they add depth and life without feeling overwhelming. Another easy approach is to experiment with pastel accents. A soft blush blouse under a camel coat or a pale blue handbag with ivory trousers can keep your outfit grounded in neutrals while still lifting your mood. These pops of color don't have to be large. Even a hint of brightness is often enough to shift how you feel and how others respond to you. When you learn to balance your neutrals with energizing touches, you'll notice an immediate difference. Suddenly, the same beige sweater that once felt dull becomes a backdrop for your lively coral necklace. Your gray dress isn't draining anymore. It's a canvas for your radiant personality. And that feeling of vibrancy doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you move through the world. Transition. And now that we've explored how neutrals affect both your appearance and your emotions, let's move to the most exciting part: how to wear neutrals intelligently so they look modern, chic, and wonderfully youthful. By now, you've seen how neutrals can sometimes drain color, hide shape, or even mute your personality. But here's the wonderful truth: neutrals don't have to be the enemy. In fact, when styled thoughtfully, they can be the most elegant and timeless pieces in your wardrobe, making you look youthful, polished, and effortlessly chic. The secret lies in how you wear them. The first tip is to master layering. Instead of wearing a flat, head-to-toe beige outfit, play with different shades and textures. A cream blouse under a camel coat with tailored trousers creates depth and sophistication. Layering darker and lighter neutrals together, like ivory with espresso or gray with charcoal, builds visual interest without ever feeling loud. Second, let accessories do the heavy lifting. A vibrant handbag, bold necklace, or pair of colorful shoes can transform a neutral outfit from safe to stand out. The beauty of neutrals is that they provide the perfect canvas, meaning your accessories get to shine. And at this stage of life, why not let your confidence sparkle through a statement piece? Third, choose quality fabrics. A neutral in silk, cashmere, or linen always reads as elevated, while the same shade in thin polyester can look lifeless. Fabrics with texture like boucle, suede, or knits also add dimension, ensuring your neutrals feel rich instead of flat. Finally, harmonize your neutrals with your personal coloring. A camel sweater may flatter warm undertones, while cool silver gray looks stunning against fair skin with icy hair. The key is to let your neutrals highlight your best features, not compete with them. And don't be afraid of makeup. It's one of the easiest tools for balancing neutrals. A touch of lipstick or a sweep of blush can instantly bring radiance back into your look. When you begin to treat neutrals not as safe defaults but as strategic tools, everything changes. They stop aging you and start elevating you, giving your style the sophistication of timeless fashion while keeping your presence modern and alive. Transition. And that brings us to the final takeaway. Let's wrap everything up and remind ourselves why neutrals, when styled wisely, can actually be your greatest ally in looking youthful and chic. We've come full circle. At the start of this video, we asked a simple but important question. Why do neutrals sometimes make us look older? And now, after walking through all of the hidden pitfalls, we see the answer clearly. Neutrals aren't the problem, it's how we wear them. We learned that certain shades of beige, gray, and taupe can dull our complexion, making skin appear flat or tired. We discovered how head-to-toe neutrals can blur our shape, hiding the curves that make us feel feminine and defined. We talked about how neutrals, when used without personality, can mute our individuality and make us feel invisible. We explored the risk of low-quality fabrics, which can strip elegance away, and the way neutrals interact with hair and skin tones in ways that either harmonize or clash. And of course, we discussed how wearing too many muted shades can even affect our mood, draining energy we deserve to carry proudly. But alongside those pitfalls, we uncovered solutions. Choosing warmer, richer shades instead of flat neutrals can brighten your face. Using layering, texture, and accessories brings back definition and personality. Prioritizing better fabrics elevates your look instantly, even on a budget. Harmonizing your neutrals with your hair and skin tone ensures your natural beauty shines through. And adding small pops of color restores vitality, helping you feel as youthful as you truly are. At its best, neutral fashion is timeless. It can be the foundation of a wardrobe that feels elegant, versatile, and endlessly chic. But the key is intentionality. When you treat neutrals not as a fallback but as a conscious choice, you gain control over how they frame your beauty, your mood, and your presence. Instead of aging you, they elevate you. Instead of muting your personality, they showcase it. So the next time you slip into that favorite camel coat or pair of gray trousers, remember, it's not about avoiding neutrals, it's about mastering them. And with the right approach, these shades can become your greatest allies in creating a look that's sophisticated, modern, and full of life. And if this conversation sparked something in you, if it made you rethink the way you see your closet, then imagine what else is possible. Style after 60 isn't about fading into the background. It's about embracing your wisdom, your confidence, and your right to feel radiant every single day. Final transition. CTA. If you found these insights helpful, I invite you to stay with this community of women redefining style after 55. Subscribe, explore the next video on timeless colors that make you look younger, and let's keep building a wardrobe and a life that reflects your most vibrant self.